welcome to Ayresome Park for a derby match that should be worth a change in anybody's Sunday lunchtime routine. It's Middlesbrough against Sunderland as we look for a feast of entertainment in this latest confrontation in the region's private second division battle. We've a positive goal glut later on in the programme. All the action from Newcastle's 9-goal thriller against Leicester yesterday. An astonishing game not to be missed at any cost. Well, the local derbies so far this season have certainly given the fans fair value for money. Remember, back at Roker Park in August, it was Sunderland who took the honours, 2-1 winners that day. The last time the two clubs met here on Teesside was 2.5 years ago in the Middlewoods Cup. The Roker men were a goal up from the first leg, but the Borough overhauled that lead with the decider coming from their battling skipper Tony Mowbray. Well, Tony Mowbray's competitive instincts have been to the fore again this week, with Middlesbrough coming through 2 stirring cup ties against First Division Everton. The outcome is still undecided, but the games must have boosted the Borough's morale as they still look to revive the form that last season won admirers in the First Division. But today's players realise that pulling away from the trapdoor to Division 3 is the #1 priority. Bruce Rhea makes one team change. Trevor Putney returns at the expense of Alan Kernahan. Sunderland manager Dennis Smith has acted boldly to arrest the slide in form that saw them suffer starkly contrasting cup fortunes to Middlesbrough. The defeat at Reading has led Smith to go for a 5-man defence, with Gary Bennett returning. Surprisingly, the man who suffers is striker Eric Gates, dropped for the first time this season. Sunderland, of course, setting their sights rather higher than Middlesbrough at present, but they have to get back in the groove. Today's referee is Ian Hendrick from Preston. The kick-off delayed 15 minutes to allow hold-ups on the A19 to clear. So let's hope this really is a derby worth waiting for. Sunderland are playing the rather unaccustomed yellow and blue changed strip. It's 4th bottom against 4th top, remember, but I doubt if that'll count for too much. A Middlesbrough win would lift them 4 places up to 17th. A Sunderland victory would mean they go back to 3rd above Swindon, but more importantly, within 3 points of second placed Sheffield United. Gabbiadini there, the ball forward. Cooper rolling it for Mowbray and getting himself in a bit of trouble, and I think offside called there as Colin Pascoe came back from that attack. Parkinson, Slaven, robbed though by Hardiman. Helping tackle that from Tony Mowbray. Slaven's got it back. Proctor looking to work it left for Davenport. Second go at it, Coleman. Cooper. Brennan outside. And Slaven with a bit of space. Slaven. Well, Slaven got the space he's looking for. Brennan it was who knocked it through there. Slaven collecting it and firing in the shot, but not quite got his accuracy as yet. But Slaven there underlining the constant threat. Proctor. Slaven heavily involved early on. And a cheeky one through Gabbiadini's legs. Cooper. Borough beginning to find some rhythm now. Davenport out wide in his newfound position. Appeals for handball, but not really. I think they'll settle for the corner kick. Proctor, playing against his old club, will take this one. The big men are up there, Coleman and Mowbray. Proctor's corner. It was Ripley there at the near post. They'll have another go at it. Still, the big men have stayed forward. Proctor, Ripley's knock on. Slaven overhead kick. And another good piece of work there from Slaven. Inventive again. Proctor's corner. The knock on at the near post was from Ripley, and Slaven attempting the acrobatics, just landing on the roof of the net. Mowbray wanting players to come to him. Ripley, tight marks by McPhail. Cooper to Davenport. And the full-back again. Slaven, what a good take. Brennan nicked it out wide for Davenport. Slaven again finding space. And Putney it was who made the run from midfield, but Slaven is finding space. And with 5 at the back, Sunderland will be looking more than anything to close his dangers down. It was his ball in, and Putney made a good run at the first time. Shot difficult to keep on target. Slaven. Parkinson now. Putney out wide. Ripley made the movement. Still with Ripley. Parkinson. Ripley kept on running. So too had John McPhail. McPhail seems to be picking up Ripley. Almost holding hands with him there. That's how tight the marking needs to be as the throw comes in. Onto the bar, Slaven, and it's in there from Davenport. Middlesbrough take the lead. It's Peter Davenport. Well, they got it wrong there at the back, Sunderland. And when it came into the middle, Slaven was there. His first header came back off the crossbar, but Davenport had come in from the wing and nodded the ball in so gratefully to give Middlesbrough the lead. Peter Davenport will be delighted. It's his first goal since the opening day of the season, and it's given Middlesbrough the lead in this derby game. 16 minutes gone. It's Middlesbrough 1, Sunderland 0. And the scorer, Peter Davenport. Well, Davenport then turning up right there where all good strikers should be, inside the 6-yard box, supporting Bernie Slaven. And when the chance came back to him, moving in so sharply. And he'll be delighted to end the long goal-scoring drought. Proctor. Opening it up for Brennan. Wide for Parkinson, willing as ever to support the attack. Putney, the wide man. Not this time though, says Hardiman. The 2 nines together there, neither a central striker. Gabbiadini though, here's a striker. And it came just underneath Coleman's foot then. That really the first time that Gabbiadini has managed to strike one on goal. Not really with any sort of power to bother Stephen Pears. I wonder if the Sunderland bench there with Viv Busby with a beard in the middle know that they haven't won at Ayresome Park since March '62. But they might do now if Gabbiadini can get something in here. Gabbiadini getting the direct run on goal that he likes. Sliding forward, which has been rare so far, but again, not really able to produce a shot that would test Stephen Pears. Davenport again skipping Kay's challenge. Slaven, was that handball? Yes, says Mr. Hendrick. Let's remember a battle of the 2 great strikers. Slaven on 20 goals, and Gabbiadini on 16. But they're all chasing Mickey Quinn, of course. He's on 23 now. Nice turn from Davenport. Ripley did well to find Parkinson. Putney is out wide. Here's Putney. Plenty of men in the middle. Awkward deflection that. And the keeper did well. And it's in by Slaven. Slaven takes the chance again. You just can't stop this man goal scoring. Again, it all went wrong for Sunderland in the middle of the defence, starting from when Agbula got a foot to the ball and it ballooned up in the air, and they never got the ball away, and you just cannot afford to do that when Bernie Slaven is around, and Slaven drilled it into the back of the net. 36 26 minutes gone. Bernie Slaven makes it Middlesbrough 2, Sunderland 0. And the Middlesbrough management team must be delighted with the response from their players today. They really seem to have built on the Everton performances and indeed carried them on even further. And there goes the half-time whistle. Middlesbrough 2 up and worth it all the way. They've been positive, they've been bright, and those two men, Davenport and Slaven, were sharp enough to take the chances when they came their way. Sunderland with plenty of work to do in the second half, but at half-time, it's Middlesbrough 2, Sunderland 0. Middlesbrough who get the second half underway. Sunderland can do something about this scoreline, have brought on their substitute Thomas Hauser, who's on in place of Ruben Agbula. So the five-man defence lasted precisely 45 minutes as the West German comes on to try and alter the course of this game. So the encouragement to Sunderland. They certainly are a team that regularly scores goals. 24 matches since they failed to register a goal. That was back in October down at Upton Park when they lost 5-0 to West Ham. And I'm sure they'd be more than keen to avoid a repeat of that scoreline in this Middlesbrough-Sunderland tees against Weir derby match. But Borough had a good first half. They're well behind in the derby stakes. They've won 28, Sunderland have won 49, and there have been 26 drawn. Slaven's little touch for Putney. Brennan it is who's moving through the middle ahead of him, he's got to aim at. But he's found Slaven instead. And wide for Ripley. And a deep cross in towards Brennan now. Davenport there, and Proctor! Well, that really would have been a moment to savour for Mark Proctor if that one had flown into the top right-hand corner. He's scored some cracking goals already this season, and he certainly can hit them, but that effort just flying away from the Sunderland goal. But failed. Midway through the second half, and although it's been a rather more potent performance by Sunderland in the second half, they've not created the openings. It nearly fell for Hauser there. Once more, the ranks closed in front of the Sunderland attack. Dennis Smith has come down onto the bench in the second half, but I don't think the view for him is going to be any the better than in the stand. Still checking his watch there to see how much longer Sunderland have got to pull this one out the fire. Ripley got into the middle. Brennan is making up the ground. Great save now by Norman. Brennan was there waiting in the middle as Ripley made the break wide. The ball came in and there was a surprising amount of room there in the box as Brennan came forward, but Tony Norman was off his line extremely quickly to smother the danger. And now Brennan's across to take the corner kick himself. Brennan's kick. Coleman was coming in at the far post, and Putney. Sunderland just about get it clear. Proctor in there, and I think Proctor's in a bit of trouble. Eric Gates warming up, was looking fairly cheerful, quite sure why. 2-0 down with just over 10 minutes left. Bringing the ball forward a little, but not getting any distance with his effort. Putney looking for Slaven. Slaven getting round Kay, and Norman was down to it. But Slaven, full of tricks, ready to outwit Kay. Norman came out and got his frame in the way, and the danger was closed down. But Slaven is so bubbling over with confidence. sub coming on for Middlesbrough. On comes Paul Kerr, and in fact it'll be Trevor Putney back in action today. He will come on when play finishes, that is. Armstrong. And they're making hard work of getting this one clear, Middlesbrough, but they've got bodies in the way again. Kay gets it in, and Pears collects well. Kay's cross dealt with comfortably there by Stephen Pears. Smith must be fairly pleased with his Sunday work, still directing operations. And Paul Kerr involved in the game, waiting for Parkinson. And Kerr scampering after that in the familiar style it's been missing for much of this season. Parkinson, nice ball through for Ripley. Can Middlesbrough finish it off with a flourish? They've got the corner kick anyway. Rather sullen-looking Sunderland bench as the Roker men head for defeat. Unless something remarkable happens in these last minutes or two. And Parkinson, that's something remarkable, all right. What a shot. Oh, Parkinson really is in the mood. He celebrated his birthday against Everton with an absolute cracker, and this one flew in. 3-0 Middlesbrough, and we're into stoppage time now. And there goes the final whistle, and Middlesbrough finding their Sunday best. A little bit of an elbow going on there at the end, but Parkinson signing off a fine afternoon for Middlesbrough, who looked the part all the way. Well, may they smile. They outplayed Sunderland, determined, positive, and they got the goals. The referee still having a word with it's Paul Hardiman there. It's Mark Proctor. He's on a sour note. The doctor's there as well. Rip leading Hardiman away. So an unfortunate end to this derby match, but it's been Middlesbrough's Sunday best, all right. The final score: Middlesbrough 3, Sunderland 0.
The referee is to report the incident, while our camera behind the goal suggests Hardiman may find it extremely difficult to convince anyone he struck Proctor accidentally.
Just to clear that incident up at the end, Mark Proctor did twist his knee when he went down there in that little collision with Paul Hardiman, but no serious damage done. And I think certainly it was the start of the match rather than the finish of it that was the real talking point, and nobody enjoyed the start more than Peter Davenport. Peter, it was just the start you wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to get a goal. Haven't got too many this season. I think that's the second one. But we've been playing really well lately, and I think it's a good result for us on the day.
Yeah, the wide role seems to be suiting you really well now. You seem to have settled into that.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's difficult sometimes. When you're under pressure, you don't get as much of the ball. But the lads in midfield have performed terrifically well, and as long as they keep supplying me, we seem to be doing okay.
And the fella next to you seems to have a certain goal-scoring knack. Bernie, yet another one, and that really put the seal on it for Middlesbrough, didn't it?
Yeah, I was delighted with the goal. It was a high ball into the box. The keeper came to punch it, and it just fell to me, and I put it over the line. But great performance for the team. I think it was probably one of the best we've played this year.
It was back to the old positive Middlesbrough of old, wasn't it? Do you really think you have found your rhythm this time?
I think it's hard to say. I think maybe if we go 9-10 games unbeaten, then we'll say we're on our way, you know. But we did well on the day, and we'll take it one game at a time.
We've got an awful lot of games to play. We've been playing well. It's up to us to string results together. As you say, it is wide open. Any team who puts a few results together can climb the table quite quickly. And we certainly haven't given up on a playoff spot. I think I fancy us to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season.
And just to confirm, Middlesbrough do move up 4 places to 17th after that win, looking for